Yo, 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 yo. Bah, 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 bah. Ah! I ain't got COVID. That was just me getting a little too hyped, me getting a little too excited. You know who it is. It's your Mel. It's your Mel. It's your man, Mel. I'm with the business. Mel live for 10, 15, 20. Shout out to the replay gang. Whoever watches this in the replay, shout out to the people that's actually coming through and supporting me on the 1st and the 15th. You know what it is. What's going on, Crims? I see you, brother. I see you. I see you, man. Like I said, I'm just happy to be alive. Hopefully, you folks is doing good. Just here with you for a few minutes. You know, I'm not here with you for a long time, but long enough to make an impact. Blah, 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 blah. Get that. Woo! Let me stop. Live from Red Hook West. You know, Poor Block specifically. Yes, I am here. Um, Hopefully all are well. Hopefully everybody's doing good. You know, your families and everything like that. Just got a couple of topics, just a couple of things that I want to talk about. Like I said, not too much. For those folks, living in other countries and then things like that, hopefully you're well. COVID is surging and doing what it has got to do. I'm about to talk about how I'm doing. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm going to do another video for those folks in my comment section. You can go in there. If any questions or anything that you want to ask me, I'm going to do a video question and answer session. I'm going to answer all that. I'm going to get into all that in a whole other video. A couple of people have already asked some questions, but you could go into my comment section and you'll see the video before the last one. So definitely, ask me whatever you want to ask me. But for now, I'm fine. I'm glad to be alive. So the first thing I want to talk about, what's going on, Mighty R? I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through, brother. Always appreciate you. The first thing I want to talk about, since we are here in America, since it is approaching that, I want to say, what's going on, Detox Diva? Remember the 3rd. And when I say remember the 3rd, specifically remember the 3rd of November. For those people, whether you're political, whether you're apolitical, whether you support the candidates, whether you don't support the candidates, whether you're a Biden supporter, whether you're a Trump supporter, I do encourage people to vote. I do encourage people to be active and involved in their civic duties and in the voting process. And even if you don't vote, learn about the voting process, learn about the electoral college, learn about the people that actually run the country and how these laws and things affect us. Learn about the Supreme Court. Learn about different things that affect you, that affect your family. Learn about how stimulus checks are doled out. How laws are passed, how bills are sponsored. Learn about how the country is actually run. Be invested in it. So I say to folks, remember the 3rd. Like I said, you may not like the candidates, you may not care for the candidates, and that's your right. You may not want to vote, you may not be into it, it may not be your thing, but I still encourage people to be aware, to be abreast, to know what's going on. Because I have my mother, I love my mother, but she's not really politically active for religious reasons and she doesn't vote. But I still tell her to be aware. So I still tell people to be aware, to understand what's going on, pay attention to what's happening, in the events surrounding and leading up to November the 3rd here in America, surrounding our presidential election. So I don't want to get too preachy. I don't want to get too political on that because, maybe people don't really want to get into that. Maybe that's not their thing, and that's fine. It is what it is. But still, be aware. Thank you, Crims. I appreciate you. So moving on from that, like I said, remember the 3rd, pay attention, be aware, be abreast, find out what the issues are, look at and be informed, be aware, independently research. Don't just get all your information from Facebook. Don't get all your information from social media. Actually read newspapers, do research, find out what's going on, watch the news, look at different things because these things affect you. And I'm talking to people here in America and even people abroad, find out what's going on with your political leaders and who's running your country and how it affects you. Like I said, moving right along, the second wave. This is something that affects everybody, whether you're from America, whether you're from Canada, whether you're from England, New Zealand, Germany, Australia, Timbuktu. The second wave of coronavirus is hitting us and it's coming upon us and it's reaching us and it's coming to shores everywhere. So, I encourage people, even though some folks are not into mask wearing, I throw on a makeshift, I throw the makeshift joint, a little boy. I don't want my voice to be muffled. Be mindful of what's going on. Is again just like with the presidential stuff. Be aware of what's happening, even if you don't believe in coronavirus, even if you don't believe in PPE, even if you don't subscribe to, trying to be safe and socially distancing and stuff like that. Be mindful that other people are affected by the behaviors of others. Be mindful of the fact that, hey, you know what? People are starting to get sick. Flu season is coming upon us. It's going to be a problem, as far as, people will die, stuff will happen, folks will get sick. So I just tell people to try to, listen to your local doctors. Hey, what's going on, Grant? Appreciate you for coming through. Yes, the thumbnail is awesome. The thumbnail is awesome. I appreciate you. I'm glad somebody sees my artistic expression, And back to what I was saying, when it comes to the second wave of coronavirus, be mindful, be aware, be considerate of other people, even if you don't believe in coronavirus, even if you feel it's man-made, whether you feel it came from China, whether you feel it came from the Greenlands, or if aliens from space brought it, however you feel about coronavirus, however you feel about that particular situation, I still tell people to be aware of the second wave. Pay attention to what's going on. Be considerate and be mindful of other people that are immune compromised. Be mindful of folks out there that may not be able to deal with it as quickly as you, whose immune systems are not as strong as yours may be or somebody else's may be. Look at that. Yeah, aliens. Like I said, Mighty R. Aliens. Maybe some people think aliens came down and brought the coronavirus. I don't know. I don't know how you feel. I don't know how you feel about that. Maybe you feel it's man-made. It was cooked up in the lab. Somebody served it to you, with the, with the halal side of white sauce or something. I don't know. Wherever you got a street meat, whatever the case may be. Yeah, he's lurking in the bushes in the classy way. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I was lurking in the bushes somewhere. Excuse me. Dust. But you get the point. Like I said, be considerate, be aware. Look at the guidelines from the CDC or your health officials and people that have, concrete science and facts on what's happening with the coronavirus. And I say, please, please, please be considerate, because there are many of us that know people that have died, that have got sick, that got infected, and you don't want anybody to get infected. Vitamin C, zinc, therapeutic sorts, all those are free. Yes, exactly. Find out, learn, be considerate. Take care of yourself. Sometimes, even if you don't care about the coronavirus, the best thing you could do is to take care of yourself to make sure you're healthy as possible. If you don't feel like wearing masks and doing all those particular things like that, the least you could do is try to take care of yourself and make sure you're doing what you have to do so you don't get sick, so you don't catch the flu or the coronavirus, because you don't know which one is which. Iron Firehorse, appreciate you for coming through. Always a pleasure to see you and see everybody else that's in the chat. And also, too, as a side note, I understand if folks can't stay long. I won't be on here too much longer, but long enough to make an impact. And I appreciate you if you're here for a minute, if you're here for 30 seconds. I appreciate it all. It's all love. You know how it is. But with that being said, again, be aware of what's going on with the coronavirus. Stay abreast, socially distance, wear your PPE. Try to really care about your fellow man or woman, your fellow citizens, or what countrymen or countrywomen, wherever you come from. Because the life you save may not just be your own, but maybe somebody else's. Take this thing seriously. So that's what it is. What's going on, Victor Garcia? Much love to you, brother. Thank you for coming through. I appreciate that. And my final topic, the final thing that I will discuss, before I let you folks go and go about your merry way is, since we are here in America, since we are approaching Halloween, we're dealing with COVID and Trump and, how people are going to dress up and what they're going to do and whatnot. The question is to trick or treat or not, to trick or treat or not. And folks will go out there and trick or treat. What's going on? I see you, Dennis. Appreciate you for coming through. Whatever country you live in, whatever province you are, I encourage people, if you're going to go out there and trick or treat, make sure your kids are safe. Make sure, you socially distance with people. Don't have nobody coming up in your house having no crazy Halloween parties. I know there's probably going to be some people that have some Halloween parties and they might want to dress up as Trump, or, they might want to dress up as a toilet tissue or credit card. I don't know what the popular Halloween costumes are. I don't know what people want to be. That's crazy. I'm doing good, Dennis. What's going on? What's going on, Gray? Appreciate you for coming through. The point is, what I'm trying to say as I'm muddling through that is, regardless of what you do this Halloween, as always, if you have children, make sure your kids are safe. Don't have your kids going into anybody's houses. try to stay socially distanced because there's coronavirus going on. That adds a different wrinkle. You know, if you can keep a lot of stuff outside, make sure you're safe as possible. Make sure, you know, you're socially distant. Make sure, you know, if you have to do it, you just, you know, kind of, you know, mindful of the environment or what's going on. I should have to have a chat with you sometime. I don't care, brother, but I do got to go hang out. My emails about no. We definitely got to chat. We definitely got to chat, Grant. Listen, anybody that want to invite me on a live, anybody want to have a chat with me live, we could definitely do that. You know, we could definitely get up and do something. But like I was saying about Halloween, if you're gonna go out there and you're gonna do your Halloween thing, try to be safe. Me particularly, I'm not really a Halloween type dude. I appreciate anybody that dress up. I like to see the costumes and all that other stuff. And I wonder what are some of the costumes that some of you would like to dress up. What some of your favorite costumes are for Halloween. But I worry so much more or less about the kids, more or less about people getting sick. You know, you gotta worry about candy, making sure ain't nobody got no razor blades or whatever inside the candy and all that other crazy stuff. I just want people to be safe out there if they do particularly go to try to have parties, because out here in America we used to have the Halloween parade, and I know they might want to still have the Halloween parade, but that's not going to happen. And then I know people like to have parties Halloween night, so I tell people to be mindful. If you're going to have parties, be mindful that COVID-19 is not going to take a break on Halloween. COVID-19 is not going to come to size. Yeah, what a bummer, man. Yeah, 2021. Yeah, we looking forward to 2021. Maybe it'll be better. Hopefully it'll be better. You know, but for the most part, I want people to be safe. Whatever you do out there, whatever you choose to make happen for Halloween, you know, be responsible. If you're going to go drink responsibly. If you're going to go dress up and be, you know, in a costume, at least make sure your costume is great. You know, go to Party City, spend a little money on your costume. Make sure it's at least something, you know, you don't get caught lacking out in these streets. If you're going to be out there and you're going to risk getting COVID and you're going to risk getting sick, at least look your best. At least have an award-winning costume on. If you don't, oh well, then you wasted your time. You wasted your money. If you're gonna go out there in some rags and a sheet and some clothing and something that, you know, you could have made in the back somewhere, you know, oh well, that's your problem. Just don't make sure nobody, you know, takes a picture and put it on Instagram, anything like that. But in all seriousness, for the most part, I do want people to be safe for this Halloween. I do want people to be safe for this season, you know, as far as COVID is concerned, as far as the election and all this other things with the politics and the divisiveness and the protests and all those things that are going on. I do want people to be safe because, you know, Halloween is coming out and there's a lot of people out there that like to do a lot of nasty things. Even though COVID is going on, there's still a lot of crazy, ignorant, you know, evil and corrupt people out there in the world. What's going on, Sunshine Cooper? Appreciate you. Thank you for coming through. You know, and with that being said, I'm just going to go into my outros. You know, I appreciate all you for coming through. I appreciate people just for stopping by. I don't know whose voice is gonna resonate in the ears, but like I wish your folks to speak up with the good ego. Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that, Grant. I mean, we all got to speak up. You know, we all got to do what we got to do and play our part. But like I was saying, I just want folks to be safe out there because there's a lot going on out in this world, and y'all folks is aware of that. You know, so like I said, guard your family, look out for your neighbors, look out for your friends. Be mindful of what's going on around you. And with that being said, I'm just grateful for you folks coming out. I'm grateful for you folks taking the time out to listen to me and hear me speak, and just taking the time to come to my channel and patronize me. And definitely I got to catch up with a lot of you folks out there. What's going on? It's garbage outside and bad these days, virus. Yeah, no, you got to watch out for that virus. You got to definitely watch out for what's going on. You know, it's crazy out there what's happening and how things are transpiring. You know, this year is a year unlike any year that any of us, you know, live and have experienced before, but we will make it through. We will get through. You know, it's crazy like that. So, you know, we just want to go day by day, month by month, you know, try to make it to Halloween, try to get to, what do you call it, Thanksgiving, try to get to Christmas, New Year's, and then hopefully 2021 is a better year. You know, that's just really what it is. So, you know, I'm hoping and praying for everybody, each and every one of you folks, you know, that you and your family just make it through, you know, that we just get to a point where, you know, we can look back on this and have a lesson learned. We can laugh about a lot of things. We could cry. We can reminisce. We can say 2021 is a better year, but 2020 is behind us. It's in the rear view. And with that being said, I appreciate you folks. Now I got to throw back on my mask and I got to get back into these streets. Got to get back into these COVID times. Got to make these things happen. You know what it is. You know, looking crazy with some crazy times out there. You see me. I'm looking like I'm ready to attack this COVID. All right. Thank you, Grant. Appreciate everybody. You already know what it is. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. You know. All right. Later.